Hello everyone, I'm Joanne. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're going to do another wonderful card with Simon Hurley's new collection, Winter Wonderland. Now I'm an affiliate for Spellbinders, Amazon, Scrapbook.com, and Gina K Designs. There are links below. If you click on them and place an order, I do receive a small commission. That's at no cost to you, and I sure do appreciate everyone clicking on the links. So my last card with this set, let's look at this set first, okay? So pretty. Just, it's so homey. I just love it. It's such a beautiful scenery. He has a whole collection that came out. This is the one that Spellbinders sent to me. I do get the samples from Spellbinders. Mine are packaged a little bit differently, like here are my dies for this set. This set does come with dies, and we're going to use those today and do a lot of embossing, in fact. So sometimes it might have another stamp set that goes with it, or some sayings or something like that, but what they send me is what I use, and then of course below I put links for everything. Okay, so this card, this is today's card that we're going to make. This was the last one that I made. Look at the comparison when I used just a little bit of color right here, and then this one is more basically muted down to be like nighttime. Well, this is nighttime, but this is like a woodsy kind of nighttime, and this is a starry sky kind of nighttime. We used heat and stick embossing powder to get that to stick like that, and it came out really, really cute. Isn't that sweet? And then some Wink of Stella down here to make the scenery pretty. But you could go back and check out the video on this one, and it uses this stamp right here, and then this one comes with a die. This one that we're going to use today comes with a die. The trees come with dies. This one here with the chimney, with the smoke coming out of the chimney, which I absolutely love. I can't wait to use that one. That one has a die, but it's this one right here that's the village scene that does not have a die, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make a background with that. I was watching a video of Simon Hurley's, and that's what he said that he designed that stamp for. So here's what we're going to do today, and this embossing, the embossing on the trees and here on a little bit of the green is in clear. When you emboss in clear, it picks up the color of the paper that you're using. The house I did in black. So first what we're going to do is make our background paper, and I'm going to start with my MISTI, but then I'm going to use an ink, a block. Okay, so let's go like that, and let's go ahead and stamp in some of my brown that I want to use. Any color brown will do. And I'm just going to ink that up because we're going to make a really nice background here, and I'm just going to close it here. Now you can see I have it positioned just a little bit to the right. Okay, oh, that came out beautifully. I thought maybe I'd have to stamp it again, but I don't think so. I think we're good right there. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, so I wanted to start with my first one in there. Now I'm going to go to a pad because I want to stamp around this. So let me get some scrap paper right here. Okay, and I think I'll use it like this. All right. And I'll take my stamp off. I don't have a big block anymore. So I just put it on the block where I want it. Whoop. And try not to dump it on your project. But let me move this to the side. Let me give it a little pressure there. I put it on the block where I want it, okay? And then I just put it in the ink. And then I just stamp where I want it. That's perfect, right? Now I might want, you might want to stamp it off a little bit, clear it. You could use a rag to clean it. Let me get that. I use a little washcloth. I don't like a microfiber towel. It gives me, let's see, where are we going with that? I think I'm going to come right here. It's like nails on a chalkboard. I'm going to put that one right there. Just like that. And let's go up here. Let me move this around on my block a little bit. I think I will scrub it off. I have all my stamps over here on different blocks for us to use. I'll just clean that just a bit. Good. And now we'll just continue. And I'm just going to come right here, just like that. We need something down here, right? So I'm just going to move this around, pop that right there on the top. And we'll put this one here. Good. And let's see, I think I want something right there. I want the bottom of these trees right there. Just move it around to where I need it, want it, and let's see, I kind of want to come over that way, don't I? I'll clean that off this way I don't get too much ink, right? Yeah, that's perfect. That tree and part of that house is what yeah, there we go. That looks fantastic. And we need a little something here. Okay, so where this sticks up, and clean it off a little bit. Hey, we've got a nice day here. I am right now, as we speak, oh, look at how wonderful that came. Isn't that a beautiful background? I love that. Okay, so right now, as we speak, pumping out 3 feet of water under my house from the rain we had yesterday, which was phenomenal. Amazing. Okay, let's go ahead and now let's go ahead and bring this little MISTI back in, and let's stamp our scenery right here, our pretty little house. Let me get that, and I'll put that right here. And I'm going to close the door, pick it up, and now we're going to do a lot of embossing today, okay? So I want to use some Versamark. I'm going to put this ink away. I want to use some Versamark here, and I have my clear embossing powder, and I have black. So for the house is the only time that I use the black embossing powder. Let's go ahead and ink our little house up. And Versamark is clear, but you're going to be able to see like the outline of it here on this paper, just like that. Oh, let's hope I didn't move it. Let me see. I might have. Then we just turn over, stamp it again, right? I don't want a double image. No, we're good. Yeah, see, I put it right back into the corner here and moved my magnet a little bit to hold it a little bit better. But I have this wonderful angle right here just to stick it in that, that part of it, and it's perfect. That's because that's where we started out at. You know, you never know what could happen in the craft room, right? So I'm inking this up, and right now I'm thinking I've used so much of my Versamark I need to re-ink my pad. So I want some more right there in that center. Really want to get a nice, that's beautiful. Okay, really want to get a nice outline. Okay, so you can see that. Now this is clear, okay? And let's bring the black in. Let me cover this up. These little containers are for crayon boxes, and these are little ice cream spoons. I get them on Amazon. I'll post a link for you guys below if you would like to use, you know, your embossing powder like this. And you know what I totally forgot to do? Use my embossing buddy. That's why we have a little fuzzy over here, but that's okay. For the most part, we're in really good shape. Covered really, really well. Just like that. Let me get my paintbrush. See this, just this little bit right here, and we're going to cut this out anyway. Okay, and I kind of just remove any excess tap it off, blow on it. And it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. That's wonderful. Okay. Now I'm going to put this away because you know me. If you follow me, disastrous things can happen, right? Okay, so here we go. And now you're going to watch this just come alive. That is just like flat color, which it looks great in black. You could just stamp it in black and just cut it out. But now this, I was letting my heat tool heat up. This will now make everything shiny, like it's painted. There it goes. Are you watching it? I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I try to angle it to where you guys can see it turn. And you don't want to heat it up too much because you can actually make it dull. So like over here, come on. There we go. Yeah. You don't want to overheat. Did you see that change? I don't know. See, because I can't watch through my camera. I've got to watch it right here in my hands. There we go. Oh, it's just like magic. I love it. Now let me just make sure that I don't see any areas that are not shiny. I like it. I think I'm good. Okay, so that just gives a little bit of different dimension to your project. I'm going to put that aside, let it cool off. Let's see, now what should we do? Let's go ahead and stamp sentiment in here. This is a piece of scrap of this green cardstock. I'm just going to cut it in half because we're going to angle the edges. And we'll bring this MISTI back in. Take that off. And I'm just going to, now what's nice about the grid paper is that you can just line. Okay, I had to clean my stamp. There was something on the stamp and it did just fine this time. So now let's go ahead and heat this up. And you're going to watch this be white, and now it's going to turn this dark green. Look at that, which is so much fun. I'm going to hold it like this so that the heat gets right on it. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? So, and you know, you can always, you know, use any color cardstock and just have some clear embossing powder, and it makes it fun. I'm going to make sure that there's nothing on this next stamp. I'm going to clean it first before. I used them yesterday to do this card. I thought I had everything clean, but I could have had a little fuzz on it. Okay, now right here, all is calm, all is bright. Pick that up and Versamark. Just a completely different way to make a Christmas card using embossing powder, clear, and your stamps. Little Versamark. Cute. Okay. Beautiful. Absolutely wonderful. It's a little bit of up there, but that's fine. We're going to cut it back. I like that. Just going to put another layer on it to make sure. Brush away that on the top again over here. Okay, let's see what we get. Ooh, I have the thing open. That could be disastrous. Look how that changes. Isn't that fun? I'm going to try to just kind of get that. Yeah, there we go. And it's shiny. Woo, that's hot. And it is shiny. All is calm, all is bright. Wonderful. Okay. So right here we just skated away from a disaster, right? But I did get some on my card base. I'll put that in there. Okay. Now we're going to stamp some trees. So I have a piece of just a dark cardstock, does not matter. And, oh, you know what? I really don't need this for that. I'm just going to stamp them. That's good. Did I have another piece? I think I need another piece of that. Hold on. See what I have over here. There we go. That's in the extra department. I'm using scraps. Okay, so now let's go ahead and stamp these trees in our Versamark. So we have 4 of them. 2 of them are just like evergreen, and then the other 2 have evergreen with little snow, which I think is just too cute. So let me make sure, again, I'm just going to clean them really quick here, just to make sure. We had in Upper East Tennessee yesterday, we had close to, what, 4 inches or so of rain, which is just too much to handle. And so I thought this morning, well, you know, I'm just going to stamp these on here. I'll just, you know, look up under the house, see how everything fared. It did not fare, and and I was like, oh my. I mean, the basement, like the crawl space thing was, this is hilarious. It was almost overflowing out the top of it, and it's the crawl space up under the house. So the pump is is all hooked up, and I was thinking of heat and this, but yes, the pump is all hooked up. There's nothing you can do about it except just, you know, keep going. That's about all you can do about it. So just pump it out and keep going. I need to also siphon the pool. So it's an above the ground pool, but it got way too much water. Way too much. Now watch these trees. They look white. They're not going to be. So that's what's going on here. And then I got to tell you guys this while I'm doing this, okay? A little craziness from Upper East Tennessee. I'm outside and I'm staining the deck. It's hot. I'm not, you know, paying attention to nothing. My daughter calls. Okay, that's great. She was on her break from work, and I think I forgot to use the embossing buddy on the other one. I do that a lot. Anyway, so she's on break. She calls me, and we're talking on the phone. And I'm like, oh great, somebody to talk to. She's got an hour lunch. I will really get a lot done. You know, when you're doing stuff like that, if you talk on the phone, it goes by so much quicker, okay? Because it's like what everybody says, it's the job nobody wants to do. I have all the spindles completed and the upper part of the railing and everything. See, and the thing needed 2 coats, okay? So I'm having to do everything twice, then work between the rain. Okay, so, but it was hot the other day. Well, I'm just sitting there and something explodes, guys. I'm not kidding. It was my daughter, her car through the phone. She heard it, and she was like, "Mom, my car shook. Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "What exploded?" Well, you know, nothing. Nobody said nothing. Then all of a sudden, we find out that a meteor came through the atmosphere. And when it hit the atmosphere and exploded, it went into, of course, billions, I guess, of pieces, whatever. But when it hit the atmosphere, it exploded. And that's what we heard while we were on the phone together. I was like, oh my goodness. It almost scared me. My daughter was like, why don't they tell us when stuff like this is going to happen? And I thought to myself, everyone would panic, you know? I mean, I would be afraid that people would panic. You know, but luckily, because then it got posted on Facebook, look in your backyard, you might have meteor pieces in your backyard. You could sell them on eBay, they were saying. I was laughing. I was like, oh my goodness, let me go out here and look. My grandson would love to have one, you know. So, but no, there's no meteor pieces in my backyard. The way to differentiate these trees, oh, I might have stamped one twice, is two of them have a little stem down here. I might have to I have to stamp this little guy and do him. Well, we could just cut these out. No, I want the other guy. Okay, here we go. I want the other guy too. So I'm talking and I'm not paying attention. Okay, so this one has, did I stamp the same two? Okay, that's good. It's all good. Here, let's do these. I like the way these came out better. Your crazy crafting friend over here talking and not paying attention about the meteor and what's going on in Upper East Tennessee. I don't know, somebody posted something like, we don't have to worry about Area 51, we need to worry about area code 423. I was laughing. I was like, oh, okay, look how pretty. And with the clear embossing powder, and your crazy crafty friend here messing up, but it's okay, right? We'll just stamp the other side. Now let's make sure that we get the ones with the stems. Okay, let's move this aside. And it's not the stems, it's like the tree trunk right here, right there, okay? I'm just going to use the other side of this. And let's see, where'd that verse mark go? Okay. Yeah, so that's what's been going on here in this neck of the woods, which to me is enough because stuff like that doesn't happen around here. It's usually just very, very quiet. Wonderful. Look, this doesn't take a second to fix, right? And it's fun. Especially if you have like your embossing powder in these little containers. It's so easy just to maneuver around the entire craft room. Look how pretty that is. And just use these little containers. You know, you might have a few colors out, especially in the, you know, when you're coming up to the holiday part of the year. You could have some heat and stick powder out because you're going to put some glitter on. You could have this out because you're, you know, going to do something with colored cardstock. Isn't that fun to watch it turn? And it's fast, right? Look how nice. Oh my goodness, they came out so sweet. I'm so glad I did these. I wanted you guys to see the little tree trunk. I thought that was sweet. Okay, now we'll just, oh, we have to cut our house out too, don't we? Let me get that die too. Let's put this guy up here. And let's get this die right there. I think I will. I have tape over here. Oh, I have a piece right here. If you hear something backing up, my neighbor is doing some kind of work in his yard. I had some big lot of machinery over there today. And I have the window open. It's nice and cool out. We've had a very short summer. And summer's my favorite time of the year, so I'm not happy about that. I'm hoping it will get warm again, so we can at least get back in the pool at least 1 or 2 more times. And look at our house. Oh my goodness, isn't that adorable? That's fantastic. I love these scenes, you know, because you could just create such a pretty story with them, right? And now we have all 4 of our trees completed. Good. Now, let's see. I want to take my sentiments. I just have this little mini cutter. There's mini cutters all over the place. I think Tim Holtz puts one out, or your, yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I want to put this out here and give it a slice as close to those words, but not cutting off those words, as possible. Just like that. Just make it skinny. We'll do this one too. Same way. I don't see the words up here. I'm good. Just give it a slice. Wonderful. Okay. Now then I'm just going to cut these off on the edges on an angle. Just like that. And that's how I made these little embellishments of the sentiment. I want to also take time, just a second here, to say absolutely hello and thank you so much to all the new subscribers I have. Thank you so much. Remember, we are going to foil a whole lot, of course, come the... I'm going to put some foam on the back of these. We will be foiling a whole lot. I love to foil, so whenever I get new stuff for that, right, I do that a lot. Put this one over here, and this one here. And you're on the crafting journey with me with the foiling, because I'm learning, we are going through it together. But like where this card, I didn't foil anything. If you are thinking about getting into foiling, I would suggest, I'm just going to add some foam. I would suggest you going ahead and getting your machine, just kind of hang on and subscribe to my, or not subscribe, but follow me on Facebook, because that is where I post all of the specials that like Spellbinders has. So you'll want to order that machine when there's maybe like a 5 or 8% off coupon, something like that. Okay, so you'll go over to my, there's a link below for it, and just follow me on Facebook. That's where I post the advertisements. So I try to leave this channel for videos, and then I try to just post the use one of these little ones. Post all of the advertisements over on Facebook, and then leave this for videos. Okay, here we go. So let's pull these off. I'm using the squares from scrapbook.com that are on sale right now for $1.79. And once again, if you add them to an order and you get 5% off, you're getting like 5 or 10%, whatever it is, for something that's extremely inexpensive, crazy inexpensive actually. I've never seen things that that much of a value, So we'll do that. Sorry for that beeping, guys, if you hear it. But I wanted to get this video up because this collection is active, and you can order it now. And I know many of you are making your Christmas cards as we speak, because that's how we have to do it. It takes time to make handmade cards. So, we want to just get going with that. Now let's go ahead, and I just have a piece of like of a vanilla cardstock here, and let me get my trees right here, and just a little green ink. I want to use my trees with the stem on it, the tree trunk. Let me get my little one first. I'll stamp it right here. This piece is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. And then the larger one. That's just for the inside of the card. And then I have these are not white. This is like a vanilla looking envelope. And we'll stamp the large one on the outside. And the little one on the back. And I've got to show you these trees. Look at the detail in that tree. All the little fur, like the little sprigs of greenery. So detailed. What a fantastic stamp, right? High quality. You can only get that with a high quality stamp. All right, so now we have the envelope done. We have the inside completed also. Let's go ahead and put everything together. We've got our trees, our house, the sentiments. Good deal. Everything ready. And here we go. Ooh, don't stick it to the back of the card. You know I'm good for that. Right here. And now let's put our pretty scene. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. You know, it's like when you do it, it looks great, but then when you put it on and look at it again, it's like, ooh, that came out really nice. Now I know, like at the beginning I used a Stamparatus to get this one right here nice and, you know, on there and full. But you can use your blocks if if you don't have the Stamparatus. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. Now, let's go ahead and place our house first. So I want to put our house over here. Just about there. And then I want to put all is calm, all is bright. I want to offset it off of this tree. Okay? I just don't want things like stacked up on themselves. And I put my little tree up here with the base. I want to see it too. I want it right there. Okay. Now I want to put my Silent Night, Holy Night up here. And now let's just go ahead and put our beautiful trees. Let's use this one in the background right here. And now let's put this small one here. I might not have needed that other piece of, yeah, there we go. And now that will just sit on there. You could put glue behind there or a glue dot if you wanted to. I won't. It's sitting there just fine. I think that looks fantastic. Now I'm going to add, I found these stars just in my collection. I also think gold stars on top of these trees would look great. I was still trying to stay with a very muted effect here of the darkness, and I think that we really did that. So I think that really came out nice. So I just want to put these stars up here, just because it's like a starry night. And then one more. Let's put a little one over here. And there we go. That is so wonderful. Thanks for hanging in here with me, guys, watching me put this card together. I hope you will use some clear embossing powder this holiday season. Clear embossing powder is just so much fun to use on any kind of color cardstock. Isn't that pretty? There we go. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.